Jamestown City Council meeting February the 19th, 2026 is now called to order. HK, would you lead us in prayer, please?
I will. Dear Father, we thank you. It's a great day you've given to us, another opportunity to come together tonight and serve the people of our community. We thank you that we are joined tonight by the brightest and best of our community through our youth, which we cherish so much, and those persons who guide them through their academic lives. Be with us as we conduct the business of our town. In Jesus' name, amen.
Also, if you would, let's bow our head for a moment of silence for the young lady that passed this week. Thank you. You boys, you want to come up and lead us in the pledge? You do, I'll go to here. Anybody else?
Ready?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all.
We want to welcome everyone here tonight. I'm glad that everybody could make it out. And we have a pretty long agenda, but I went ahead and tried to put the academic team on here first because I figured they probably don't want to sit here and listen to all this all night. So, and I know other people have places to go and things to do, so we're going to try to do that first thing. So first of all, we've got the Jamestown academic team here, and they just really showed off, I think.
That's right.
They won the district, and I believe, didn't they get recognized for something besides winning?
Yes, they also received the Catherine Hume Sportsmanship Award. So I said, not only are they smart and intelligent, but they're also kind.
That's right, and if you've ever been to one of these academic meets, it's the craziest thing I've ever seen, because I'm like, I don't need to be here because I feel really dumb. I feel really dumb when these kids are answering questions that I don't even know what they're talking about. So, but they did really well. I know they had people that tested and placed in testing that will be going to the region. And then we had the quick recall team. I know that's going to region. And then I've got a list of, I think here, of everybody that's on the academic team, and then also the one that's going to region. So if you will, I'm going to read all these names off, and if you are here, just stand up when I read your name off, please. So fourth grade, and this is all the people that are on the academic team: Jasmine Kerr, Abby Hardy, Caleb Bradshaw, Ellie Teason, Nevaeh Diaz, Addison Mann, Brian Lopez, Jaylee McQuarrie, Amaya Morales, Jovi White, Peter Brew, Jesse Wheeler, and I believe that's the fourth grade. Fifth grade, Tracy Watts, Marshall Carnes, Nora Powell, Hunter Hopper, Josh, and I know how to say his last name, Inguajado, Jameson Jones, Connor Holdridge, Ashlyn Pierce, Ivy Warner, and I believe that's the fifth grade. And as I say, the Jamestown won the overall for the district. So they are the Governor Cup champions, and they will be going to region, when is that, in March?
28th, this month.
This March, to compete there. So I'm also going to go ahead and read the ones that will be going to region, that qualified for the region. Tracy Watts, Marshall Carnes, Nora Powell, Hunter Hopper, Jamison Jones, Connor Wooldridge, Ashlyn Pierce, Josh Iguadrado, Jaylene McQuarrie, Abby Hardy, Amaya Morales, Marshall, I think I got them, Nora Powell, Connor, Jamison, Josh. I think that's the ones that will be going to region. If I missed anybody, let me know. I'm trying to decipher between all these. And some of these names, I'm going to have to try to figure out how to say them. So but these will all be going to region. And I know they won this, but a month or so prior to that, I went to the meet that they had. I think that was maybe a practice run.
In county.
In county, and they won that also. So, I mean, just a great success for what these kids have done. Lots of things that they want to be out doing, but they're staying after school and studying, and we're just proud that they're in Jamestown, and we want to recognize them. Also, the coaches, I think one is here tonight, and one's, I believe, under the weather. So Peyton Willis is not able to be here because she's sick, and then Megan Back, if you will, if you want to stand up, please.
Come on.
I know they spend a lot of time, put a lot of effort into this. So anyway, we do have something that we want to present to the students and to the school. So this is just something from the city saying how proud that we are of Jamestown for everything they do. But this just says Jamestown Elementary School Academic Team, District 36 Champions, presented by the City of Jamestown. Got the little cat paw, 2026.
Panther ball. That's what she said.
Y'all know what I think about.
You corrected that real quick. She said cat ball. They said panther ball.
Michael, Megan, Peyton, you all want out? Zach?
Oh, I'll take the picture about that. All right.
Everybody kind of.
Get a little hopper in there.
There you go. All right.
There
we go. There we go. All right. Everybody looking. Connor, I can't see you that way. There you go. There you go. Right there. Perfect. All right. Right here, everyone. 1, 2, 3. Smile.
And if you all would stay up there for just a moment, so I can get a picture of you. All right, good.
It does kind of look like a cat paw.
Big man.
UK's not playing today, or do you?
Hey, I'm kind of on the, kind of down after that last game, so. But anyway, thank you. Everybody get pictures at one picture. But again, we just appreciate everything everybody does for the kids at Jamestown. I know it's a lot of work. I know everybody, the parents, everybody puts in a lot of time. It takes effort on everybody. It's not something that, and just, I don't know, like I say, I felt like I was on Jeopardy, and I'm like, I won't even watch Jeopardy because I know that I didn't know the answers, so.
You knew one answer.
Yeah.
You knew one answer.
Tell them, Zach, what it was.
The question was about, and I was a judge, so I had to be very, very just, non-engaging with anyone. But one of the questions was essentially describing the title of a mayor.
And I was sitting there, I'm like, I wonder if any of these kids will get this. If Josh is sitting up there, he better hear it.
I can report Jamestown was not participating in that match. So Josh was not on the, in the hot seat. Yes.
So, but anyway, yeah, thank you all. And y'all are, anybody that wants to stay, anybody got anything they want to say?
Mayor, while I'm here, I do want to thank you and to thank the council for your support of the schools, but in particular of Jamestown too, and even to that of the resource officer. And to me, it's a lot more than just a monetary contribution. It makes a partnership. And it shows this community that we're united and we're one and we're all there for the kids. But that partnership with the resource officer, it's second to none. And you know that, and I think the council knows that. But I want you all to know how much we value the partnership with the city. And even during the Winter Storm Fern, Mayor helped me out with some parking lots, and it's just a great partnership, and we appreciate that and the support. You know, I say often our schools do not operate in a silo, and everything the schools do have far-reaching impact, but it's great partnerships like this that make that thing work. So thank you all, each of you.
You're welcome.
We're glad to do it. Anything that we can help, we're always willing to help however we can, so.
Appreciate that.
Anybody else?
I just want to say to all the parents that are here, and all the kids from Jamestown, we see these kids every day, and they really are kind. They're very kind kids. Every one of them up here, every one of them that are listed on the team, we have a painting in our hall that says, "Be the eye and kind," and they are. So I know we see a lot of bad things go on in the world, but they are good. They are very good. So I'm just really proud of them, and just want you guys to know that we do see it every day. We're very proud of our kids.
Anybody else?
Also, Michael Ford doesn't get the recognition always. He's at everything like this, and I guarantee you he'll leave here and go to the ball game here shortly.
That's where I'm headed.
Yeah. But it's great to see that he also had something like this.
Embrace us. Thanks.
Yes.
I think, everybody, I know every time I go to the school, everybody's pulled one way or another. If we go over to try to have a meeting, there's always something going on, and everybody's busy. But I do feel like we have a great resource officer at the school, that of course Jamie, I don't even know if everybody knows it, but he's retired now, and we're working on getting that situation taken care of and a replacement for over there. But I said, as long as we can, we plan on having a resource officer at Jamestown. It's one of our biggest goals, and we always want to support that. So
Thank you.
and thank you all for Zach and Megan and all of you, that everything that you do. Nathan's been filling in a lot. Appreciate you, Nathan, and heard all bad stuff. Said he's horrible. Said he's horrible. But no, joking aside, everything I've heard has been good. So, but just thank you all for everything you do, and we appreciate y'all coming out tonight. I know everybody's got a lot. We've got a lot. We've got a full agenda tonight, so just wanted to get you all in. And if you want to go leave, you are welcome to do that. But anybody that wants to stay, is welcome to stay. I enjoy it. Learn a little bit about the city. So, but thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Hey, Christy, you didn't bring your candy bars in. Oh, you did.
Don't worry, I went back for
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I think everyone needs your
Yeah.
Come here, Jack.
I think me and Jack need a picture.
Come here, Jack. This is my buddy, everybody. Come over here.
Two now, yeah.
This little boy, I don't care where I see him, he's my buddy. Comes up, gives me a hug. Don't you?
And he's
the camera. Don't hit it too hard, you'll try to break it. There you go. Be good, okay? I've got to do a little work here, so.
It's hard.
Sweetest little, it don't matter, and you should see it all.
I tell you, he needs one chocolate candy bar, but look, it's doing good. I hope he needs a chocolate candy bar.
Probably.
Bye, Josh. You got to ball practice? Yeah, we're gonna go to ball practice now. One thing to the next. All right. Hey, Nathan. Bye. You know how many students are at Jamestown?
No, I have no idea.
I was just kind of wondering. I don't know how many is there. Okay.
A lot of smart people hang out at school.
Do you know any of them?
Most of them.
But, I mean, honestly, when I say the questions they ask those kids, I'm telling you.
Oh, I bet.
You know, the Jamestown Panthers have been around a long time. The rest of the schools have changed their names, they're no longer what they were.
Panthers
The
are.
Panthers were old,
Yes.
old. Talk about the early 1900s.
And we're committed.
We are.
We're
We
committed.
are.
Okay, moving on now, do a little business, but that was fun. That's good to see kids come out and be a part of something. Second thing we have tonight is appointment to our IDA board. Now, did you do the minutes? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, got carried away with that. Hope everyone's had time to look at the minutes from the last meeting. If you have and everything's good, I need a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion made.
Motion by William, second by Gail, all in favor? Any opposed? Now we'll go on to the appointment to the IDA board. Do you want to say something?
Megan Jones said there's 500 people at the
Roughly 5.
roughly
500 Jamestown schools?
Yes,
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was around, but
That's up several.
she said there's roughly.
That's
Yeah,
about-
they're really out of space.
Them and Salem are about the same, and Earl Springs got more than that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I just didn't realize there was that many.
I didn't either.
That's the reason they're doing the new middle school, because we're running out of room. We're running out of room in high school sometimes.
Wow, that's, I just never realized. I would have guessed 250.
I thought it was maximum 400.
I guess because I'm thinking back to the smaller school before, when it was 8th grade and you went to high school. We didn't have a middle school back when I went to school. Telling on myself, telling my age. But anyway, now, appointment to IDA board. Of course, we have members on the IDA board. We have two that represent Jamestown. Tom Preston is current member, and his term is expiring in March. So that's the one that we need to either reappoint, or if we're gonna appoint someone else. Patty Lamb is the other member. Patty just started, has it been a year? It's been,
About a year.
About
been close to a year. So these are 4-year terms that, so what we need to do tonight is to decide if we want to reappoint Mr. Preston, or if anybody has anything else in mind.
I think Mr. Preston's been doing a good job for us.
I think he does a good job, and I did talk to some people on the board just to kind of give opinions, and they said he does an excellent job, and his workers there all do a lot for the
And
IDA.
I checked around with some of the ones that we
Do you get
had an
feedback?
issue or two,
Do you
and
get a lot of
nobody was
feedback
interested.
from it? I mean,
Yes, every time, a lot of times at the meetings, of course, this last probably year, pretty much the meetings have been based on the Seed Academy. That's pretty much what's been going on. But yeah, I just speak with him and Patty, about what's going on. And it's pretty much, like I say, the Seed Academy has been the big thing, and that's getting close to completion. So I think that's gonna be,
I think they're supposed to be ready to open in the fall,
yeah,
for
that's
fall
all,
semester and such.
yeah. But,
Because I think the plan's been being on.
If
Yeah.
somebody else, I'd make a motion to reappoint Tom Preston.
okay, got a motion by Barry Coffey to reappoint Mr. Preston for another 4 years. Second by William. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Any opposed? So I'll let Mr. Preston know that he is on the board for, and I did reach out to him and just say, if the board chooses to reappoint you, are you wanting to stay? And he said he would be privileged to stay on and would like to. So I will call him and let him know that the board has chosen to keep Mr. Preston on the IDA board. The next thing we have on the agenda is the discussion on the high school fishing tournament. And this is something that Danielle Wilson from the tourism has brought down. And it's just telling about what they're doing. It's the high school World Series and National Championship, and it's going to be held here on Lake Cumberland in June 23rd through June 28th. The event, it says, will bring over 1,200 of the best high school anglers from across the nation, along with their family coaches, and directly to your community. So what they're, and anyone that wants to read that, but what they're asking for is, if we want to do a donation, of course, they're taking up funds for this. Seems like a pretty high cost to put it on, but they're just asking. And if you all want to look at this, you don't have to make a decision on it tonight. You can think about what you may want to do, or if you want to make a donation to the fishing tournament. But it's supposed to bring, I believe, 4,000, they're expecting up to 4,000 spectators, and that, that the city and county should.
Mayor, where is the center of that? Is it Russell County, or is it?
Yeah.
Is
This is
the
where it's
epicenter?
held, yes. It's the first year that it's ever been held. Do you remember where she said it was held last year?
Was it Oklahoma or something?
I believe somewhere.
Goodness.
Yeah, so it's a big thing. It's a big tournament, and it's in June, so but they are asking, she said they're going out trying to get donations, because it's, I guess, the cost has been more than they first had estimated of what they thought it was going to be to put it on. And with the issue with the state park, is closed down now. So being able to find rooms and places to stay is an issue. They're remodeling. The big renovation, what, $12 million or something, a big renovation at the state park, so all that, there's not gonna be rooms and stuff that they can use that they normally would rent there. So I know there's, I think, checking and doing a lot of the VRBOs around here. And you all would be amazed how many VRBOs is in this area.
There's a lot.
I never had no idea. There's just tons of VRBOs, so I think they're planning on utilizing those, and then they will have to go out of town for some rooms and stuff, because if there are that many participants, that many spectators, a lot of people will try to put up.
A couple of rooms.
Am I reading this right? They're saying it's gonna cost them a little over 100,000.
Yes, very costly. So,
So they've got different tiers of sponsorships here. I'll hand it over to them, but I think we'll probably look at silver sponsorship.
I'm sorry?
I think we ought to look at probably at least a silver sponsorship.
There's, and the back shows the
What do you
tiers
think
of the
so, Tom?
sponsorships.
I love John, but I ain't
Okay, that's what we all.
Tears was.
Gold, silver, all that gold was 5,000, silver is 2,500.
You all read those tiers off very.
Silver would be about 100.
Yes, that's the last one was in, when 29. When we find for fishing tournament of the ball.
High school one.
High school.
We've done some fishing tournaments before, but I think you're referring back to the,
Yeah.
it's been a while, it was before I was in here. It was back when there was that big one that the city, I think, made a big donation to. But this one, we've done, I think, 2 or 3 fishing tournaments that we've made donations to.
I'd say give them a 25 at least.
I'm thinking with an event that large and the work they've done to get it brought in here, I'd say either do the 2,500 or the 5,000.
And the gold sponsor is 5,000, silver's 2,500, bronze is 1,500, and a proud supporter is 500. Gold, you get a yard sign displays that your business is a proud supporter, social media, advertising recognition, logo featured on event signage, optional booth space at registration, and weigh-in at your business swag and the angler's gift bags.
Is ESPN going to shoot?
ESPN's
Has the county done anything on it yet? Russell Spring?
not that I'm aware of. I think she just brought this to us this week. Do you know, John, they haven't? No. So,
It's gonna bring a lot of revenue into the community.
mhm.
Airbnb will be rented. Every hotel room that's possible will be rented.
Every campsite,
Yeah.
anything and everything.
I believe I remember her saying if everything goes well and they like how everything goes, pretty sure she said that we got first dibs at it next.
Yeah,
I believe that's what I heard her say another
Yeah.
week.
I've heard her say that too already.
You may want to check with her on that. I'm pretty sure that I did hear her say that. Because it is a big deal.
Oh, it's a big
I mean, there were some even from other countries.
Yeah, there's people in this from
And that's
everywhere.
Especially with that world
Yeah.
part of it.
And it is high school students.
Yeah.
Anytime kids are involved, I'm a little more,
Well, I know our local ones, I'm pretty sure have qualified even for this. And they said that they'll be coming in, they come in a week before and practice, and then they cannot fish on the lake for a week. And then they come in and do their week of fishing for the tournament.
yeah, they have lots of rules and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty stringent.
Very strict and very, so, do y'all want to take a vote on it tonight, or do you want to think that's?
down to fish.
But we would definitely need to
And hope to
decide
get
by
working
next month,
out.
'cause I'm sure they probably need to know where they stand. You know, they probably need to know where they're at with funding.
If nobody else has a problem, I'll make a motion we do the gold, since it would put us out there and put us on their signage and everything else too, with the gold sponsor.
So I have a motion by
Yes.
Dwight for the gold sponsor, which would be $5,000. Do I have a second?
That's what I can say.
Okay. Any other options, or you want to,
I'll make a motion to do 2,500.
motion by Tony to do
Yes,
2,500,
Second.
second by Mitchell. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Making sure everybody answered. All right, so we will do 2,500 to the fishing tournaments. And we'll let you know that. I think they're at a boat show, right, Debbie?
Yeah.
Really?
Think so.
So when they get back, we'll let them know that. Next thing we have on our agenda is a resolution, Resolution 2026-01, authorization of emergency funds. Now, we've talked about this a little in the last meeting, I think, that in the bad weather, everybody knows we've had issues with our water barge. We stayed on top of it. Thankfully, we kept going. The reserve pump the main barge is down. The 3 pumps have been turned off because of what's going on with it. It don't need to be run at this point, but we had a reserve barge with 2 pumps, which is fully functioning. 2 pumps are going. We have 2 more motors that we're planning on getting repaired, which is costly, but, we're sitting here with 2 pumps running, and we've got to be prepared if something happens to one of those pumps. At one time, we got down to one pump, but I have to say, the city, give all the workers credit that worked on this water department list. They were on top of it, they were watching it round the clock. They had people lined up to try to pull a motor off the other pump, or whatever had to be done to keep this going.
Yeah, they were on the lake when it was really cold too, weren't they?
They've been out on the lake when the ice storm was here. They were out on the barge, checking everything, making sure that it was working, watching it, just stayed on top of it the whole time. So a lot of thanks goes out to what the workers did here in the water department, and then Les was working with them also, making sure and getting in contact with people to get the pumps up and going, and making sure that we had at least 2 pumps back working, and then the other motors will be for spare if something was to go out on one of those. So just stay on top of it.
How long is it gonna take to get those other motors to rebuild or whatever they're doing?
And right now, we're getting estimates, and Debbie, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the estimates are somewhere around $45,000 to repair.
That's a pump, isn't it?
How many we're gonna have on?
No, was that for
That's
all?
for 2, I think.
2?
And then, go ahead, and then we had to also fix that leak. We're taking bids for that too, aren't we?
Yes, So the leak is, that's the astronomical amount. That's the first bid I think we got on that was 320-some thousand, and this is to fix the main pump, which it has to be fixed. We've got to go back eventually on the main pump, because that main pump is what does all your work and moves the water up to the water department. And your reserve pump is just what it's named, a reserve pump, when something happens to your main pumps. But to say all that, when all this happened, I got in contact with Josh Branscombe to see if there was any emergency funds out there, because it's a big expense for a city to take on without, knowing ahead of time that that's coming. And it's something you can never prepare for. You try to plan for things like this happening, but you don't know that it's going to get 0 and you're going to have an ice storm and that your pump's going to go down, and it's just things that you don't know. So anyway, we got in touch with Josh, and Josh gave me a number to a guy at KIA, and he really helped guide us kind of where to go and what to try to do to get some funds, hopefully working for this. So we got a hold of the guy at KIA, and he said, get with your ad office, get an application filled out, and then for the last, 2 weeks, we've worked on getting them all the information that they've requested to try to get. And they do have emergency money, so we're hoping that we can get some of that. And KIA is meeting, I believe it's March the 5th, so we'll send a representative up there to this meeting to try to get those funds approved. Now, they do say that with the emergency funds, the monies are a little quicker than what it is when you're dealing with just a grant or these loans that are not emergency funds. So my question to them was, this is something we can't wait 2 months to get started on fixing it. We've got to get on it right now, as soon as we get estimates in and know where we're at. And we don't want to, we got one estimate, we got 2, we want another one. We want to make sure that we get, the best that we can for the money. But they did tell me that if we had to fund it, that the money can qualify for this, that they will reimburse us. It can be as reimbursement money that you can get paid back, kind of like the lead copper money, but that's taken a little while. But we applied for that in June. Thought we were going to have those funds really quick, but we're right now, I think, to the point we're getting ready maybe to be funded on that lead copper money that we went to KIA, gave no action, went up to the board meeting and requested those funds. And I think we're now getting ready to get those. But anyway, this resolution is just what has to be passed by the council saying that we are applying for this. It will tell you that it's a loan, that it's 100% refundable. I mean, it's not something that you have to pay back. It's just the way that these KIA list their money's going out. So, with that said, HK, if you'll read this.
Resolution 2026-01, authorizing resolution of the City of Jamestown for filing a funding application appointing appropriate local government officials and successors entitled as official project representatives for Kentucky Water and Wastewater Assistance for Troubled or Economically Restrained Systems Program Project. Whereas City of Jamestown proposes to complete a capital project identified in the Water Resources Information System as WX21207043 Emergency Intake Rehabilitation Project, or a non-capital project that will not require a WIRIS number. And whereas City of Jamestown endorses said project, and whereas under terms of amendment to KRS 224A, the Kentucky Waters Program was established to provide for a funding application evaluation process for the eligible public water and wastewater systems to receive funds from the General Assembly. And whereas the purposes proposed for either capital or non-capital expenses of the City of Jamestown within the city are considered eligible for such funding assistance. Now, therefore, be resolved in the City of Jamestown that the mayor and successors entitled are hereby authorized to execute and submit an application through the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority with such assurances and required supporting data as is necessary to obtain funding assistance from Kentucky Waters Program for the proposed capital or non-capital project, and are hereby authorized as the City of Jamestown's official project representative to carry out necessary negotiations for and administer the funding assistance the applicant may obtain from the Kentucky Waters Program. Adopted this 19th day of February 2026, would be signed by Mayor Regena Hinton and attested by the city clerk.
And just so you all know, normally any project over 40,000 has to be bid out. But because this is an emergency situation, we don't have time to post things, take bids and do all that, they have given us approval to do this with this, whatever evidence we get and whoever we choose to go with without this project being bid out. So, but this is, like I say, trying to get money for this barge to get this pump fixed and just emergency funds that we have applied for. So
You need a motion?
I need a motion, yes, sir.
Need a motion to authorize the mayor to apply for this emergency funding.
Got a motion by Tony, second by Mitchell. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, that's one of them. Second resolution 2026-02 Law Enforcement Protection Program. This is again a resolution. Jeff, I'll let you speak on this, of what this grant is for.
Yeah, Nathan Allen has found us a grant through the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security, and it's the Law Enforcement Protection Program, and we would like to pursue that grant to upgrade our weapons or replace our service weapons. Our duty pistols are over 5 years old, so those are recommended to be, I've checked with a couple of police departments, the recommendation is to replace those over 5 years. Ours are somewhere in the 8 to 10 year range right now. And then our patrol rifles, the recommendation is 10 years on those, and we're pushing 20 on some of ours. So this is a grant through those, like I said, that Nathan found. He's done all the legwork on it so far, up to date, so that's what we were asking on that. So.
And this grant, is it 100% or is it?
It's, so on, I would have to look at the exact, but it's depends on the way I take it, it depends on the quotes that they receive. So the grant actually covers, they prioritize body armor first. We've got all brand new body armor, so we're good on that category. The next level is the duty weapons, and then it goes down to tasers and a couple other things, body cameras, I think. We're all good on all those. But depending on the quotes received, basically depending on the weapon cost, but yes, I believe it's It will be pretty close to 100%.
So this is just giving them authorization to apply for this grant. Okay?
Resolution 2026-02, City of Jamestown, Kentucky. Resolution of the City of Jamestown, Kentucky authorizing the mayor to make application for and upon arrival to enter into an agreement with the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by KOHS to facilitate and administer the project and to act as an authorized correspondent for this project. Whereas the City of Jamestown, Kentucky, Russell County, Kentucky desires to make an application for law enforcement protection program funds for a project to be administered by the Kentucky Office of Homeland Security. Whereas it is recognized that an application for and approval of Kentucky Office of Homeland Security funds impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the city. Now therefore be resolved this 19th day of February 2026 by the City of Jamestown, Kentucky, Russell County, Kentucky. The mayor is hereby authorized to execute and furnish all required documentation, including a memorandum of agreement, as may be required by KOHS for the furtherance of the above referenced project and to act as the authorized correspondent for said project. With blanks at the bottom done this day and seconded by. It asks to place for members voting in favor, those voting against. Probably they ought to be listed in there, but I don't know, maybe up to you.
So I just need a motion on applying for this grant for the police department.
Absolutely, make a motion that, give them permission to apply.
Motion by Barry, second by Gail. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Nathan, for your work on this. Anytime we can get money or funding for anything that improves or helps any of our departments or anything in the city, we're glad to get it.
Yes.
So I appreciate your all's work on that. The next thing that we have on the agenda is our homeless prevention agreement through the fiscal court. This is something that we've done for I don't know how many years, when all this started with the homeless program, and they started this fund that I believe that both cities and the county, I don't know who else puts money in on it, but I think we have put money in since this has started. And I believe $1,500 is normally what we have put in this, it's an interlocal homeless prevention and support agreement that is they renew every year. So just need to see your all's thoughts on if you want to continue supporting the homeless prevention program or.
Have we got a balance on where they stand?
We do. Balance on the account as of 1/30/26 was $10,396.19. Looks like January 30th, 2026. And it looks like, let's see, I'm trying to see. Looks like it started out from 12/31/25 at $11,207 and had disbursements of $606.32. And I believe those were to the motel up here for putting people, that were homeless. The emergency shelter is where.
So is the balance staying pretty much in that range?
Well, all I have is this statement that shows that balance is from 12/31. I'm thinking there should be an average balance on here somewhere. That's what I was kind of looking for, to see if there's a average balance. Looks like, beginning of 12/31, average $10,836.71. So I don't know how far that average is computed by, but that's the average balance.
This has been ongoing for a long time. Who is actually controlling the funds?
Well, the account is set up, Russell County Fiscal Court Emergency Shelter. The checks are signed by the county judge and secretary. Anybody's thoughts on the interlocal agreement?
I'm all for helping fund it, you know, when money's needed, but I mean, just to do it and do it, you know, if they've got $10,000 balance, I mean, should we wait until they need some money, get them some money, or just add to it? I don't know.
And of course, this interlocal agreement is set up, it looks like two.
And it's set up to where like if our officers come up on somebody that they can take them there. Isn't that part of the interlocal?
Yes, yes. It's for the homeless, that's
Yeah.
what, and I think, you know, when this was set up was when it was so big in our county, when there was so many people that was homeless. And I don't know, this is all I had to go by, is this one, bank statement here. I don't know how much normally they are
Well, I
able
do
to
question
spend.
sometimes because I know different individuals that, we're talking about the one at Shiloh, right? I know of different individuals that I thought they were only supposed to stay up to 6 months at the most, and there's been different ones that's been there for a year, 2 or 3.
It looks like on these that I'm
I
seeing.
can understand helping somebody to where they get on their feet, but, you know,
And I don't know how long, but the ones that I'm seeing checks here for to the emergency shelter looks like probably just a nightly thing, that were $55.12. And that covered eight people at Springs Motel.
it's a totally different deal than I guess than Shiloh now. Because in the Springs,
That's the
Oh,
one at my
okay.
Dairy Queen, isn't
Yeah, it's one of
is that what it is now?
it? Yeah, I think that's just.
I think.
Or is there's the Springs, the other one up there that's,
John, which one is that up there between the car wash?
What about it?
What's the name of it?
The end.
The end is what it's called.
yeah,
So the Springs Motel, is that the one over in the
It's on-
intersection?
It's on 80. It's
yeah,
on
it's
West
over there
End.
on the cross from,
bank.
across from Franklin's.
Stone,
from Don Franklin.
Yeah.
The
It's-
Springs Motel?
yeah, it's a stone like building sold.
Okay.
Yeah, it's-
So that looks like where these checks have been written to.
From my experience, I don't think the end is used anymore by that. I think they're using the hotels.
Do you see many homeless people out now?
No, that really started, that
Yeah.
program really started after COVID. COVID was really bad, we had a lot of homeless, and that kind of started out of that. We're not, if they're here, we're not encountering them, I mean, right
If you
from
look
work.
back at it, there's not.
This thing we can table until we see if they need the funding.
We can. We can.
Well, I'm all for funding it.
Yeah, oh, I am too.
If they've got $10,000 balance right now, I mean,
Do they need more money?
do they need more money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the purpose of just keep
Just
building
to keep
the
treating
account
and
if they've got?
Of course, if they spent, was that for, the statement you got, is that for a year or is that for the month?
For a month.
So they basically spend about $1,000 a month then.
I'm sorry.
So they're basically spending about $1,000 a month then.
This was six
I am
hundred,
too, if anybody needs that.
60632 is the debits.
Money for a month. They go and get on rights and do what's right and get them.
So they're on average
You can't keep on.
$6,000, $7,000 a year. just
Don't
spending
really.
that.
The balance
They
was
will have to
carried
step up
forward
what
from
they do.
12/31/25 and the statement date was 1/30/2026, so for a month.
I mean, if you look at it that way.
I mean, you know, at some point, if theoretically this balance could grow to $50,000 or $100,000, I mean, at what point do you say, well, you know, when you need money, let us know, we'll give you some money.
It's true. I mean, that if you all, if you want to table it and us find out more information about how much do they feel like they need more money at this point? Do we need to continue funding it at this point, or whatever you all think? We'll try to find out whatever information you need to know, but this just come up, we just.
Well, $10,000 is a pretty good balance, and and the homeless population is down evidently. We could hold off and if they, like I say, help them if they need it gladly, but if the balance is good for now, I say hold off.
And is there a reason to continue until they need money, is what I'm hearing?
Yes.
When's their physical year?
I'm not sure how the county, is it the same as the city?
If that's all they got, when's the term?
It used to be.
July.
It's the same,
Yeah.
And they okay?
Yes.
it's the same.
Maybe they need to add something to that, interlocal agreement that, you know, if the balance falls below a certain amount, contribute, and, I mean, I just don't see the point in contributing on a regular schedule if the money is just not moving. But if it falls below a certain balance, you know, let us know, we'll contribute more.
So do you all want to table this, or do you want to, until we find out more information, or do you want to
I make a motion to table it.
make a motion to table it till we find out more information? Motion by
Second.
William, second by Barry, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Debbie, we'll check on that and see what we can find out from, Randy as to how they feel like, if they need that continued, or, because we may be the first one that has brought it up.
It's already been approved by the county in Russell Springs.
It has, okay. So, we'll check and see what. Okay? All right, policies and procedures. This is just something I think we talked about, last month, that it's the beginning of the year, and we need to ask everybody to kind of look over your policies and procedures and see if there's anything that you feel like you want to update, or if there's anything that needs changed. If everybody's had a chance to look at that, we'll consider any changes or anything that y'all feel like needs to be made. If you need more time to look at it, then we can do that also, so.
I would like to have some more time to look at it, because I'll be honest, I've been busy for the last month, and I really haven't had time to.
Okay.
And I know there's some things that I saw in it last year that I thought we could probably address, but I can't tell you off the top of my head what they are.
And that's, I feel like, whatever changes that we want to do, it would be good to try to do them all at the same time, because they have to be done, changes have to be done by an ordinance. So we need to, kind of by next month probably, because that will be our March meeting. Everybody try to make sure and look at those, and we will bring that back up next month to take if anything needs to be changed or what we want to change, and discuss that. And then if whatever is going to be changed, then we will need to get an ordinance together to do that.
There's some things I saw that, we've got good people. We've got good people working in the city. Let's say, take Debbie for example. If Regena wanted to fire Debbie, she fired her.
Right before she retired.
Yeah, before she retired.
You better walk straight on.
Yeah, put something in her head there. I think it's something we all are agreed on, as a vote. People in those positions, somebody could make a snap decision and we could lose a good employee. I think we all should be in agreement on it.
I think so too, on some of the positions, and Debbie's is a good example, because she does so much stuff.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
A new mayor could come in and say, you're fired, and put somebody in there that don't have some of those positions need to be protected from political fire.
And right now, just so everybody kind of knows, the city clerk and the chief of police are the only two right now that requires council and mayor. The rest, the mayor can do on their own. So
I thought
that's
Debbie's was also covered.
just those two. So that's something, if you think that's something that we need to look at, adding more positions to that, to where it would require, then that's what we need to hear, you know, and what positions you want to add to that is what we need to make an ordinance and go in and add those people, and then whatever else that you feel like each person, whatever they feel like needs to be changed or updated or done, then we'll, you know, discuss that and see where that goes. But I think that's something that we need to do by probably the next meeting. It's the first of the year, and anything that you're changing, I think we need to try to do changes at the beginning of the year as soon as possible to get that stuff taken care of. So if you all want to table that till next month, but let's at least by next month try to, if you want to add those positions, just kind of, everybody kind of decide what position you think needs added there, and we'll look at doing that. Anybody, Jeff, you have anything?
That was it, our resolution.
Nathan? Ben, you have anything you want to tell us? Nothing?
You've been watching that. Do you like him auction? Oh, he's the best, I tell you what. Oh, he's an auctioneer. He's got to be admitting on stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Football?
Like cakes, didn't you?
Yeah, I want to do it again.
Have you eaten them yet?
He bought some peanut butter fudge.
Oh, okay, okay. About a 5-pound bucket of it.
Yeah, it's one.
Okay, the last couple things here we'll just go over real quick. And this is something that I just found out kind of about, so it's not on the agenda, but it's something I want y'all to think about. And the garage building over by the city park. It's, as far as I know, just sitting there. I don't really know of anything that the city uses it for. There may be a piece of equipment, maybe that's
That
used for.
three-wheeler is over there right now.
There is three-wheeler, but Sean Coffey has called me and would like to purchase that building to put a business in. He has, he actually done the trophy or the plaque that we had tonight, and he does the banners, and he's got to get it out of his house, and he would like to purchase that building. It's close to his house, would be close for him, and he said if that's something that that he could do, he would like to purchase that, and he would have a business in there really quick. He would start on it right away. So if that's something that you all are, like I say, it just kind of come up, so if you all, anybody wants to go look at the building, anybody has any ideas of anything that we need to hold on to it for, if not.
He's gonna purchase building land and all.
Well, yeah, it's a garage sitting on the lot, yeah. He wants to purchase that to put a business in. I don't know anything that the city's used it for as long as I've been in here. I don't.
Do you know what a fair price would be?
I think what we would just have to do is look at it and see probably what we paid for it, maybe have some kind of appraiser look at it, maybe just give us a ballpark figure. If that's, we'll just have the deed pulled, see how much property's there, and try to get a fair market price on it. That's all I know to do.
Get that appraiser that appraised Taylor's.
You what?
Need to get the appraiser that appraised the Taylor farm.
Well, I think that we should just have somebody that, I don't think we need a full-blown appraisal unless that's, you know, somebody could give us eyeball. You know, a lot of times they will do we can get a value even from PDA and see what the value is. I don't even know what the tax value of it is, but
How big the lots that on,
I
half
don't know.
acre or what?
I don't know.
Probably ain't that.
It's small, I don't know. He wants to, go right in and fill it in, you know. Put his shop in there, and, he said he'd have a sign out front quick, have a business going. Well, he has a business going, it's just in his garage right now, and he wants it out of his garage.
So, or somebody does.
Yeah, well, somebody wants it out, I'd say Laura would like to park in the garage, probably. Yeah.
And my thoughts on it, if we're not using it, we haven't used it, and we get a business, I'm always all for anything that, somebody wants to put a business in Jamestown, and, you know, if we have no use for it, we're not using it, it's upkeep for the city.
And we use him a lot too.
I'm sorry?
We use him a lot too, we have to be able to run over there and talk to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we try to support as many people as we can, and he's always done a good job, does a good job. And just thinking, when I talk about one thing, something else pops in my head, that we need to look at people that want to get new banners for the veterans. You know, it's time of year,
I need to get some myself.
I believe, they try to put those up before Memorial Day, Debbie, is that correct? So we probably need to get that out there, that if anybody wants to order new veterans banners, that Sean's still doing those?
Yeah.
Okay, that,
How old are ours? Are they?
My dad's been up there quite a while.
Mine's been up there a long time, since we started, yes, you know.
and I think, you know, at some point, you have to say probably we'll leave them up so long, and then give them to the person. I know you want to leave them up long enough for
I
them.
think that's why Real Springs was advertising, they think they're getting
It's
150
really
for theirs, and they're good
X
for 4 years.
amount of years.
They're doing 4 years on theirs.
But right now, we've got some that's been up there different numbers of years. I don't know how
You know,
you gonna get everybody, I mean, how you gonna track everybody's how old they are? I don't
Do we have a list everybody took?
We did have, if it's still in there, we'd have to look.
I'm sure some of it's getting pretty.
Well, I'm sure my dad's is, because it was one of the first ones.
and you know, we could always say, we could just put it out there, if you have a banner up that's been there over 4 or 5 years, come by City Hall and you can pick that up. And then maybe, you know, people that know that they've been that long, and then we can start going forward, keeping up with when people buy them and we put them up at
Wonder if
this
they
point.
could print in like small font, really small font, just a little black,
The day,
a year on the top of it or something.
Oh, yeah,
Make
sure, yeah.
something that wouldn't even be seen.
It's neat this time.
Oh, wouldn't take it down, you see what year.
yeah, and
And
once you
big
take it
people
down,
can
it's
get
been there
back
that
Oh,
long.
I thought I turned that
Then
thing
you
off.
know it's time to, that's probably a good idea. You don't have to keep up with, we can just put that on, and maybe put that down on the corner or somewhere. And then when they take them down, they know the ones that's been there.
Big enough to see, once you take it, when you're there taking it down, you can see,
Right.
read it.
If it's time,
You
to
know, not,
polish
wouldn't be able to
it.
see it with it hanging on.
Yeah, well, I don't, wouldn't be a problem with it on there.
How long do y'all think? You know, if you want it 4 or 5 years, what do you think?
Well,
Is it
we-
$100 that he charges?
I thought we
Do you remember?
125, was it not 125?
I think it was more than 100, wasn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll find that out. We need to
Mine was
get that out
bought.
there.
We could, a person could get an idea from the guys that put them up and take them up and down to whether, ones that get weathered, you know.
So we need to get that out there. Will you check with him and see,
I will,
because we'll try to get that on the radio. And then we'll check on the garage. What's your all's opinion on that? Do you want me to check and try to get some information on that?
I'm not
It's
opposed to selling it, you know, as long as we get a fair market price out of it.
Okay.
And actually, with economic development, I don't know.
It just requires that you sell it to somebody that puts a business business in.
Yeah,
I mean, that's the only way that we can sell properties for
yeah,
business.
but I mean, economic development, when I start a business,
He'll
we
swing
need
on,
to get, we need to get some idea of numbers.
he'll just want long enough to get his guy to go in there, redo it, you know, box it in for him, everything, and then he'll start to work out there.
And that's part of your agreement when you do a deed, just like the property we sell over here, whatever the agreement is that we want, you know, to put in there, that you have X amount of time to get the business in.
When are we supposed to close on the other property up here? You already closed on it?
We have, yes, we've already closed on that,
Then close on it.
yes, all that's completed.
And for the other,
Now, you're talking about the property with South Shelley? Oh, no, the Hardys, no. The guy that owns that is in Florida and will be back till the middle of March. They have all the information and stuff. It'll be the middle of March before he's back. The only other thing that I have is we are supposed to be getting that KIA money. Looks like $182,250 is what we plan on getting, so proud to get that. It's just,
how bad was our water leak going out last night?
which one?
One
Which one?
one out in Missouri.
Oh, they're still working on it. It's gonna be an issue. It's gonna require quite a bit, so it's gonna be an issue.
Sewer.
It's
Sewer.
Sewer, yeah. Right down here in front of Nazarene Church.
Mhm.
Yes, it's sewer.
Of course, we had that problem all the way across the road, up through the woods there, you know, where they run their car through, and you, well, of course it could, you seen all them roots in it, you know, I think it's coming back.
Back to Holmes.
I think so.
From what I understand, I believe that's down here's probably gonna have to be bored, and I don't think it's something that we're gonna be capable of doing our own one. I think that's gonna have to be, I think they're gonna have to get somebody to do it. We can only do under certain roads that,
Oh, yeah.
so if it is, you know,
You do a road before it gets interesting.
we're looking at a pretty big issue. And it's a state road. When it's a state road, you get into lots of different issues.
Permits.
So, anyway, we're working on that, and once we know something, I'll let y'all know on that. Last thing I have is Lake Fest, we're working on that. We met a couple weeks ago, I guess it was then.
Yeah.
And we listened to a bunch of different groups, and we have booked one, I'm not gonna tell nobody who it is. But we have booked one group so far, and we're listening and trying to, you know, get opinions and different, so we can get those, because with 4th of July falling on Saturday, everybody's gonna be busy, so if we don't get them booked quick, we're probably not gonna get them, so we have got one booked.
On the Lake Fest, I have had a couple of people ask me about the car show being down at the Christian church. They didn't like it in there last year. They would like to get it moved back up onto the square someplace. And
I mean, as far as on the square, there's really nowhere, because you've got your vendors and everything else there now, back down to maybe one of the parking lots or something, but
well,
Or back down to the other
what
end.
one fellow specifically asked was like going down in front of Giovanni's there.
where it was before.
Yeah.
And here's what you run into. When we had people down there, they didn't like it down there and they wanted it moved. So we moved it down there, and we had people tickled that it was moved down there. And then you have people that don't like it down there, so I can't please everybody. You know, it's hard to know where to put everything, and you try to make it to where, and we're actually hoping this year, with it being our 200th anniversary, to have a bigger, like I say at the fair, a bigger and better Lake Fest celebration, because we're gonna put some more effort into that, and you know, try to do a few things during the year also, but, you know, we have to be careful with our funds.
Well, the one thing that we had when it was at Giovanni's was we had the marathon people finishing the marathon running into the car show.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, I think, one reason why it may have potentially got moved. But I know that was a little bit of mass confusion when you had both of those things going on at the same time.
And you can't put them out on the streets because you have to allow for ambulance and stuff to have room to get through, so you
Well, we
might.
have the judicial center parking area back in there.
We had the tractors there last year, didn't we? And that seemed to work good because they fit in there. I don't know whether you could get all your cars in there. I think the one year that we tried that, we had some on the side of the road and it didn't work because, like I say, you have to have room there for ambulances and stuff.
Was it mainly because of the sun, they wanted canopies maybe down at the Christian church?
Well, one reason, the two people was talking to me about it, both the sun, part of it was just so terribly hot, but they also felt like it was a little too far off the square. They weren't getting as many people coming looking because it was so far off the square. You can see a little bit of that. Yeah.
Keeping right on the square, you don't have a lot of options when you're bringing in, you know, vendors and everything that's going on, games and stuff like that, but we'll try to work on something, and see what best options we can come up
We'll
with.
think on it.
And I got one more thing too, on Gabby Farm Lawn.
Still waiting on, of course, they were last was getting some bids from different people, I think, that was coming in and deciding whether we were going to want to go across that land or, you know, the last ordeal was a guy was paying money for us to cross the land, so it's kind of in our, what we want to do about that. Do we want to try to put the bid out there and have to pay somebody to come across their land, or?
Yeah, we did.
And then we have the ice storm.
Just don't let them turn around. Since he's that way back home, just buy it. Let him buy it down the creek. Tell him make it.
Come on.
I have a battery powered.
But I don't know if we can do that, because you said it could be something, it's economic development down there. I guess the farm would be an economic development.
Yeah. And then, of course, the ice storm hit, and actually all the attention has been on the barge down there, trying to get that done. So, still, what's your thoughts on where you want to go with it?
Well, I don't know, I just, the one guy that's needed to bid, who contacted me, wanted to know about, you know, because he's been watching for it in the paper, and he's not seen it advertised in the paper.
Yeah, and I know Les is the lead on that, and I think he's just been tied completely up with that barge too, and,
We decided, didn't we, just to cut all the other and wait on that, I thought was what we decided the last time we talked about it.
yeah, leave that whole other.
Leave the whole
barge
one side
until
that's
later.
borders with Wilson, or wherever it is. Just until a later date, we get the other cut.
Get with Les tomorrow and see if he can get back on the account. See if he can find out. Get it in the paper at least and try to.
Yeah, that's what he's.
And I think just with the, you know, he was working on all that and all this that's happened with the water has kind of took prestige over getting anything else done. And with the weather like it was,
Water's gotta be a problem.
they couldn't do anything really over there as bad as it was, so. Yeah.
On those times you were talking about, they were looking at maybe rebuilding a couple of motors, because we've got two going now, but if something happens to one of them, we don't, we either have to take off the other barge and move it. And you're talking about having a rebuild, a couple to have in reserve.
Couple to have in reserve, because we have to go back to the main, you know, we have to go back to that. And the thing is, we have a grant, you know, that we have put in for to replace that whole barge down there. But it's a huge, huge amount of money, and it's, who knows how long that would take. So this is something that we have to, regardless, we've got to do something to the main barge, and we need to keep the reserve pump. There were 2 pumps on the reserve, at least 2 of those after we get the main pump back going. But until we can, because the thing with that main barge, even once they get it figured out what it is, if it's something that they can't fix here, they're saying it could be 8 to 12 weeks to even start to get that piece repaired. So it's a process, and that's why we are going ahead and trying to get these other motors repaired, ready, because we need them on reserve anyway. But if something was to happen to the reserve pumps while this other one's being done, then we've got those.
Well, that's what I'm wondering, is the reserve pumps, the ones we talk, like we've got 2 on the barge right now.
The
It's
reserve.
working. Yeah, the reserve barge is working. But you're talking about having 2 more motors to rebuild as backups to the backups, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's what I was asking on the road, how long is it gonna take to get that done?
But we've got a couple bids on it, and I think, I can't remember what Les said. If he gives us a time as to how long it would take. It's nothing like, not, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it ain't
not
nothing like
outrageous. It's just that,
And see, we got 2 bids on the big barge. The first one, they were just talking about patching it, and they ain't no point in patching it, we need to fix it. I mean, that's my opinion. You know,
All my concern is that barge is out, we got 2 pumps, backup barge.
back up.
And one of them pumps went down, and it was down to 1 pump. And
we've already got one repaired.
we got 2 back going now, but we need to be prepared if something happens to them again, that we don't have to say, well, we have nothing.
We'll give,
We had
that's
a
what
new
we're gonna-
barge, and then we were talking, she talked to me about, are we gonna order or anything?
What do you mean, new barge?
New barge?
We can't order that until we get some kind of grant approved for it. I mean, you're talking astronomical.
Yeah, but I'm just, what I'm saying, where we at on that, if we applied for anything?
Yes, we have applied for every bit of it. I'm sure have. We've applied for it. That's the one that we had to make the decision to apply for the barge or the roads being done that don't have water. And we chose the barge because of the necessity of it. That's all applied for. Long process, whether there's any money available. If not, you gotta wait till money becomes available. That's why I say, and we may not even get approved for it. So we apply for it, but we applied for lots of things, but you don't always get approved for them. That's why I'm saying this main barge has to be fixed.
Yeah. I just, what I was wondering, what had we in the process on that?
Yes, we have stayed on this barge project because we know how important this is. That's what I'm saying, that's what's been going on for the last month is everything.
and Lance and Chris Powell really worked on a lot more than I have.
They've been out there, but yeah, getting, you know, you gotta get quotes for this, you gotta get people to come out, getting them to come out there. A lot of them wouldn't show up until the weather got a little better. People to come out, because they have to go out on the barge, they have to go out and try to figure out what's got to be done. So it's been an ordeal, there's a lot to it, but like I say, we're doing everything that we can do to make sure that we're prepared for anything that could happen. And that's why we've already got the estimates coming in for the repairs on these. I think they're getting ready to send those motors out. Well, Chris said yesterday, they're getting ready to send those out.
That's what I was wondering, what the turnaround time on it.
I don't know how long, but it's not a real long turnaround on getting those repaired, because we had one that had went out on the reserve barge, we got it repaired when it went out. I mean,
Pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty quick. It was just getting these costs on these two, that's gotta be, and as soon as they got those, he's gonna send those out, so. that's, it's gonna be a costly thing, so we've gotta prepare for it. We're gonna have some expense, but hopefully we can get, if we can get those emergency funds, we've applied for the full amount for fixing those motors plus for the, cost of getting it repaired. So if we can get that, be a big thing. We can't, we gotta fix it anyway, so there you go. Anybody, anything else? Not, I need a motion.
Make a motion to adjourn.
That's weird.
That's as bad as being called a man
I was afraid we were going to forget the word.
I'll second that.
Second by Mary, all in favor. Wait,
Don't you have to wake them.